Hi there, welcome to My Green Pets. This is the first episode of the Summer 2016 series. And we'll start out in the sunroom where many of these Phalaenopsis, which have been in bloom since February, are still in bloom. A couple of them have dropped some flowers, but the majority of them still have lots of flowers on them. The only slipper orchid that I have in the flowering cycle right now is this Paphiopedilum Annabellchen. It's been developing this spike for a couple of months, and looks like now the bud is beginning to swell, and that should be blooming soon. The more I see this miniature Phalaenopsis, the more I like it. It was just a 50-cent discount plant a couple years ago, but it's got really cute flowers. If we go outside, we can see that my 3 Vandas have been moved from the shade tent to under this tree, where they get a little bit more air and a little bit more sun, and they're kind of separated from the rest of the plants. If we go over to the shade tent, we can check out the rest of my orchid collection, which has been brought outside for the summer. Today's been I would say the first real hot day of the year. Temperatures are close to 30 degrees Celsius, that's 85, 86 degrees Fahrenheit. The only plant currently in bloom out here in the shade tent is this one, Maxillariella tenuifolia, which has dozens of bright red coconut scented flowers. They're very sweetly scented. In addition to the orchids, I've got a couple of bromeliads out here, and this just reminds me of one reason I like to keep plants outside is because nature kind of takes these plants in for a while, and they become inhabited by little creatures like this little tree frog. My slipper orchids are all on the same table, kind of in a bunch there, and they all, obviously because they're so close, get similar conditions. On the other side of the shade house where the light is a bit brighter, I've got a few more plants. This orchid, Mormodia jumbo world, is interesting because it loses all of its leaves in the fall, and what we're seeing here are the new growths for the spring that will grow throughout the summer and the fall, and then next winter they will bloom. This Phragmipedium grande sustained some pretty nasty damage during our hailstorm a couple weeks ago, but the newest growths still look okay and hopefully will be blooming soon. Another plant that I've got that seems to be growing is this Bulbophyllum rufinum, which has an interesting long pendant spike, and another Bulbophyllum echinolabium that I was hoping it was a spike, but in fact I believe it's a growth now. And there's another one coming out of another bulb, but it looks like it's probably going to be a growth too. I've got 4 members of the Bulbophyllum genus, and each one has its own unique flower. As always, thanks for dropping by to see what's going on with My Green Pets. We'll be looking forward to that slipper orchid as well as the Vanda pushing out buds and beginning to bloom within the next few weeks. Until then, take care. See you later.